Hey guys, it's Pumpkin, and I know it's been a while since I've done a video. I've been kind of busy, so I apologize. Anyway, little updates. My life has gotten this much more complicated, but I will not let that distract me from making a totally awesome video. So I was talking to Mick, and what he wants me to talk about is my adoption. As I mentioned in my introduction video, I have a daughter, born May 15th. Of this last year, 2011. Yeah. So she's almost 1. And I'm gonna do a video just for her around her birthday and probably post it, I'm not really sure. Just so she can see it when she's older about how I feel and everything. Anyway. So, my adoption. Why I came to put her up for adoption. I hooked up with this guy, accidentally got pregnant, and we went over all our options. And once we concluded that neither one of us could really do an abortion without feeling like we had committed murder, we both concluded that adoption would be best. And then the father of my child was in denial the entire time, telling me that there was something wrong and that my period would come eventually. And 9 months later it did. But I hid my pregnancy from my family for 9 months. The hardest thing I've ever done, since I usually tell my grandparents everything. But when I was in the hospital and I had her, I spoke with a social worker who got me in touch with an adoption agency. And then I was looking at profiles. Let me tell you, no little girl ever grows up thinking, I can't wait to be a birth parent. And once you come to that, it's the most heartbreaking thing you will ever go through. One of my friends is actually considering doing adoption, and I told her, you don't want to make the decision lightly. You want to seriously consider the options. Because for the first several months after Macy was adopted, it seriously felt like somebody I loved and cared for with everything I have died. And even though she's alive and I can see her every few months and I get photos all the time and updates constantly, it still hurts. And one thing that makes it so much better is two strangers, two people I would have never met any other period of time in my life. They're happy. I mean, they're both in their 30s. They both have stable jobs. They have the most beautiful home in the entire world. They invited me and Macy's father to her baptism, and we went to their house and we got to see her room, and it's to know that she could have everything and more. And that she has an outrageous amount of love. I mean, when I met Macy's parents, I was still in the hospital, and they didn't see her. But when I told them about her, they loved her already, and they didn't even meet her yet. Like, that's... And they didn't even know me at all. But on the days when it gets really hard and where I just want to cry about it, because I look at her pictures and I'm like, we could be doing that right now. I could have her and we could be at the park, or I could have her and we could be at the zoo. It's... To see that she's happy with these people who I made happy makes it that much more worth it. And even though some days I feel selfish for why I did it, because I didn't have a place of my own, I didn't have money to take care of a baby, there was no way I could have her right now. I wouldn't even know where I was living if I had her right now. I wouldn't even know what I'd be doing with my life if I kept her. The uncertainties are mostly why I did it. And even though I'm still healing, part of me is still broken. And I shouldn't be. I know I shouldn't be. But I am. 8 pounds, 5 ounces, 21 inches long. 100% natural born child. And I spent 3 days in the hospital holding her and talking to her. Oh, sorry. And now I see her every few months for a couple hours. That's kind of hard to go from. And even though it was only 3 days, it feels like I had her all the time. You know, I carried her for 9 months and then I held her for 3 days. And because Macy's mom, she can't have her own children. So she understands my feelings a lot. I mean, our situations are different, but our feelings are similar. So she's so sensitive to me. And I kind of hate that. I'm not, you don't have to tiptoe around me, which she doesn't, but I mean, if I ever wanted anything more, I know she would consider it. And the same with Macy's dad. They're the most beautiful couple in the entire world, let me tell you. Beautiful couple. I'm jealous. But yeah, so I'm gonna show you a picture on my laptop of my beautiful little girl really quick. This is recent, from this last month. So yeah. She makes a badass fish face, let me tell you. It's a badass fish face. What other one do I have? Okay, you want to see like the goofiest smile ever? Okay.
My dad never talked about his family, and I wasn't sure where to start, so
yeah. So even though her dad has brown eyes, I love that she got my blue eyes. Love it. Look at my eye. It is beautiful. So without Mick and Kyle, or Silence Loudwater, I guess is his name, and Kia, and all the other amazing people in my life, I don't think I would be able to get through this. And without having her parents be so there if I need anything, makes it better too. Makes it better. And her father, her birth father, he's right there for me too. And when we hang out, we always have that period of time where we're talking about, you know, my religion being Wiccan and his religion being Satanist, and then it's like hours of Macy. And yeah, I love that she's gonna grow up knowing that we both love her, no matter what. And even though clearly I'm still upset and hurt, I'm getting better, and she's gonna know who I am, and anyone that ever meets me in the future is gonna know I created a beautiful redhead, blue-eyed child. And even though I don't have custody of her and I don't have her, I'm not her parent, I'm her birth mom. She's still, I talk about it with everybody. I can't help it. She's gorgeous. Did you see her? She's gorgeous. If you don't think so, you need to go back, pause, and stare. Do it. Go back and pause and stare at her because she's gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Anyway, YouTube, Pumpkin Marie. And if anybody's considering adoption and you want to know anything, message me. If anybody's got any other questions, post them, message the channel, do whatever. You're not alone. And since I've done it, I've met a lot of people who've considered it or were adopted or have a sibling who was adopted. I totally found out my best friend Panda was adopted, and I didn't even like really think about it. His mom's mixed and his dad's black and he's white, and I never really, I guess, put two and two together and figured it out. I guess I'm slow, but knowing that I have all these people to turn to and that her family's amazing and that I can grow up and say, hey, well, you were having this fabulous childhood, growing up with everything and people that love you, I was able to do this with my life. And that way we could both be happy. So if she was with me, she wouldn't have everything growing up. And I'll know no matter what that she loves me and I love her. And I love her parents. I do. I love them. So, anyway, like I said, Pumpkin Marie. I'll talk to you guys next week. Love ya.